session, we're going to take you through how to stand at the table and also some basics about your movement during a game. Before you start this tutorial, it'd be great if you could watch two videos. One on the basic stance and the second one on footwork basics. Like with any sport, it's important to have a really good basic position that you can play from. With table tennis, that looks like this, with your legs bent and down and ready to go. To help you to find this good position, we've got a game for you. The first game in this tutorial is the no move game. It sounds easy, but what you need to do is you need to play a whole rally without moving your feet. There's only one extra rule, and that is that the serve has to go out of the end line of the table. I'm going to experiment with a few feet positions to see what works. All right, so we're going to play a game. Remember, I'm not allowed to move my feet during the rally. All right, that's not going to work too well. I've got my feet pretty close together, but I'm up really tall. I thought maybe being tall might help, but as soon as the ball goes out of my reach, I'm going to lose my balance and have to move my feet. Okay, let's try this. Now I'm going to go a bit wider with my feet, see how we go. This is certainly better because I can reach a bit further, but I can't quite reach that wider ball. Okay, let's go extreme. So now I'm going to go really wide with my feet. Let's see how we go. Oh boy, looks like I can cover a lot more of the table by having really wide feet there. The next thing we're going to do is to see how far away from the table I need to be. If I'm really close to the table, I am going to be able to cut off the angles with the ball. Look at that. But there could be a problem if Jeff starts to hit the ball deep into me. Then it becomes quite awkward. So I probably need to be a little bit further away. How far? If I get out here, I'm going to have the problem of trying to cut off the angles. That's no good. So it's probably somewhere in the middle of that. And as a guide, you'll probably find a nice position. How close to the table, how wide with your feet, and then the third thing is how far across the table you need to stand. Certainly this isn't going to be a great place because I'm leaving my backhand corner open. And similarly, if I go all the way over here, I'm leaving my forehand open. So I need to position myself somewhere in the middle. So what I'd like you to do is during this game, see if you can find the best position for you where you don't need to move your feet during the rally. Let's play a game up to 11 with the no move rule. I think I've found my spot. One love. Our next challenge is consistency, but we're going to add an extra rule. In our first couple of weeks, we were working on keeping the ball consistent and seeing how many hits we can do in a row. Today, the extra rule is that if the ball lands on your forehand half of the table, then you have to hit a forehand. If the ball lands on your backhand half of the table, then you have to hit a backhand. So if you hit a backhand from over here or a forehand from over here, the rally stops and you stop counting. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that if the ball lands in my forehand half, I have to hit a forehand. If it lands in my backhand half, I have to hit a backhand. Now for me as a left-hander, this is my forehand and this is my backhand. For Jeff, as a right-hander, that's his forehand and that's his backhand. So again, we're controlling the ball, seeing how many we can hit in a row without a mistake, but making sure that we're using both our forehand and our backhands. Even though we are allowed to move with this, it's important to remember that good, wide, basic stance that we learnt in the previous activity. How did you go with the consistency game? Remembering that you were working cooperatively with your partner, trying to get the most number of hits in a row without a mistake.
We worked well as a team there, Allies.
We did work well as a team, Jeff, but now it's time for a competitive game.
All right, you're going down.
This is called the no smash game.
Okay, why is it called the no smash game?
Because you're not allowed to smash.
Ah,
There you go.
clever name.
So with this game, you're allowed to outplace the other person, but you're now not allowed to smash the ball and smash it past them. Let's see if Jeff can stick to the rules.
All right, let's go.
You're allowed to move your feet, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it hard for Jeff by making him move as much as possible. Oh, that's an edge. 0-1 to Jeff. Officer, that was too fast. Because that was a smash, it's 1-1. That's my point. The aim of the game here is to outposition your opponent. And the other thing is how well you can move so that you can cut off the angles that your opponent is creating. Let's have a look at your movement. A simple thing that you can do is to practice your shuffle step. By watching the video on basic footwork, you will have seen how to do the shuffle step. To practice the shuffle step, let's do 10 movements across the table. Put your fingers together and touch the corner of the table, and then we're going to shuffle across and touch the other corner. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that movement is good to help you to cover the balls when your opponent is placing the ball all over the table. Now, Jeff, we're going to make this competitive. Let's see who can get to 10 touches across the table first.
Ooh, sounds good.
Let's go. You ready?
All right.
Set. Go. 1. I think Jeff won. Our games to finish off is going to be round the world. Now this works much better with 3 or more people, but with 2, you just need to give yourself more time to move around. Now we're going to move around with a shuffle step. So after you hit the ball, we're going to shuffle around and swap sides and hit the ball again. It's bitty tricky, but let's see how we go. That was tough, but it's a great way to practice your shuffle step. With only 2 players, that gets pretty tough. So you could throw in a normal game up to 11, but what I want you to focus on is making sure you've got that really good position, nice and low, and that you're using your shuffle step to move from side to side. You've come to the end of this tutorial, and hopefully now you have a good understanding of your basic stance, your positioning at the table, and also how to move when your opponent is trying to outplace you during the rally.